everybody, Mntdewmania here. Welcome back to Vox Populi Diamond. And it is time once again, if you're keeping up, and I sincerely hope you are, for my Friday Redneck rant. And I am on the letter I. And if you remember last week, we talked about one of my subscribers, Rochelle, whatever how you say it. I don't think Rachel's right. But about being in high school. And part of that was, once you get to that age, it's time to make sort of some decisions in your life. But the problem is, sometimes people can't make decisions. I is for indecision. I'm talking to you right there. Yeah, the one looking away from the computer going, no, she's not talking to me. Yeah, you're the one I'm talking about. Okay, or talking to, I should say. And let's be very clear about what I'm talking about. Handy-dandy dictionary says that indecision means inability to decide. That's just about as plain as you can get. You have a decision to make, and for whatever reason, you do not have the ability to pick, to decide what to do, how to act. And I guess the biggest reason that people can't decide on a course of action is probably fear. That's probably the number one reason that people will put off a decision, simply because they're afraid if they pick the wrong thing, it's just going to ruin their whole life, you know? Do I do this? Do I do that? Do I talk to so-and-so? Do we get married? Do I change jobs? Do we move to a different town? There is probably 1,000 little decisions that you make every day that you probably don't even think about. Should I go left instead of right? Should I take notes? Should I call so-and-so? Should I eat this? Should I drink this? Should I, and you just quickly decide, and it's over. It's done. You've made your decision. But there are some things in our lives that we will absolutely ponder over and worry about and become so indecisive about that it's almost crippling. You get to that point where you go, well, maybe I should say yes. No, well, no, wait a minute now. Well, maybe I should say no. Maybe I should say maybe. Don't say maybe. If you want to say no, say no. If you want to say yes. The problem is, sometimes there are too many choices for what we're trying to decide about. Some things, some people see the world black and white. Yes, no, right, left. That's it. But sometimes things are not that simple, are they? Sometimes things are, as I've always taught my kids, the gray area. And I've always called it working the gray. Some things do not fall into left, right, and yes, no, and right, wrong. There is a gray area that just seems to just kind of, there are so many unanswered questions in the gray area. Well, what do I do? Well, I have to consider, if it's a family problem, well, you got to consider mom, dad, brothers, sisters, cousins, in-laws. And once you start thinking about all this other stuff, you can't decide on anything. It's crippling, I guess the problem with this, though, is that it locks you down. It freezes. It's like 3, 2, 1. It's like while you're trying to decide and do all that, it's like you put your whole life on hold. You're postponing life while you make this decision, which you can't make. And you don't want anybody else to make it because it's your decision. You have to make it. You can't just toss it off to somebody else. You know what? You decide. Whatever you say is fine. There are some things in your life you have to choose. You have to decide. And it's scary. I know it's scary. What am I going to do after high school? Am I going to get a job? Am I going to go to college? Am I going to work first and then save up for college? Am I just going to jump right into college? Where am I going to go to college? What kind of job do I want? What kind of career do I want? Do I want a career? Do I just want to work 9 to 5 and make a paycheck and be happy? Or do I, and it's I guess the secret to not being so indecisive is just to do the opposite. Be decisive. Think about the problem in front of you, okay? Now, ever how big it is, ever how, just insurmountable you think it is to climb over, to work through, right or wrong, make a decision, okay? There is a road that runs through life. And it is, my daddy always said, that it is paved with flat squirrels who couldn't make a decision. That's a redneck kind of thing. But it is. I mean, think about that. I mean, here's this road, and you've got to make a decision on which side of the road you want to stand on. And some people who can't decide, they're just back and forth, before you know it, the semi's done flattened them. And that's what life will do to you if you cannot make a decision. You're going to get left behind, or you're going to get run over flat. And you're going to be so dazed to get, what happened? Or you're going to be one of those people, well, I didn't decide, somebody else got the job. I didn't decide, somebody else got the scholarship. I didn't decide, somebody else got that spot I wanted. It's, in the end, I think the one thing that we do regret, I know one thing that I will probably regret is the chances that I didn't take. Sometimes I've went all out for something and it failed miserably, but I know at least I tried. There are some things that I have not, and I've been so indecisive that, now that I'm, old and decrepit, it's too late to change my mind. And even if it's not too late, I'm probably still so indecisive about it that I probably never will get up the courage to change my mind or to do what I want to do, and the chance will be gone. We only get so much time. I have talked about this before. You only get so much time. Do not waste it being indecisive. Do not waste it thinking that if you don't decide, maybe it's just going to sit there and simmer for a while, and you can really, really think about it. Sometimes that's not the case. If you spend too much time thinking about a thing, you will never get it done. Make at least one definite move daily, okay, toward the goal. Bruce Lee said that. So if you want to go to this college, you make a list of everything that's going to happen in your life to get to that college. Okay, step 1, I need to improve my grades. You start working on that. Okay, I studied 20 minutes today, I'm going to study 25 the next day. I'm going to study 30 the next day. And you make one decision, one day at a time, to get to that goal. That's all you have to do. It doesn't have to be everything at one time. That's overwhelming. And no wonder you're indecisive, because it's too much to decide on. Decide on the little things. Yeah, I really probably need to work a little extra hours on my job to help stick back for my schooling. Okay? Work one more shift a week. Okay? I really do need to kind of start studying this, and this. Well, you don't have time to study this, and this. Study this. Study one thing. But make a decision that ultimately is going to get you to that target right in the middle of your world. Think of it seriously as like a big target. And what the decision that you ultimately want to make is in the middle. You make little decisions to get there. You don't have to make one big one. Make little ones that are going to help you get to that goal. And you will find that you can be more decisive and more focused on what you want. Okay? So don't think about all the thousands of little things. Think about that one big thing and each little step that's going to get you there. Each little step is one little decision. Okay? Eventually, you will get to that goal. I promise you. And it's not going to be scary, and you're not going to be overwhelmed. You're going to be totally in control, totally focused. You got this. It's that simple. Alright, guys. I'm going to wrap this up. The sun's going down, and I've got to decide how I want to build my house. So, I hope you guys enjoyed, and let me know in the comments what is a decision that you've always been indecisive about, and it kind of hampers you somehow. It kind of holds you back somehow. Share that with me if you will. Alright, guys. I'll catch you guys later. This is Mntdewmania, and this is my home away from home. And hope you enjoyed the rant this time. I'll see you next time. I'm so out of here. Later, guys.